So I was here when? 3 years?
I want to say, no, you didn't come last year? I thought you were here.
No.
This is, okay, so it was the first year. So I started on the air August 2020. And...
Was I here before?
30 seconds, guys, 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Was I wearing a mask? I came in the year before.
Yeah, okay, then it had to be 2021. I feel like you were definitely here.
20 seconds.
Okay. All right, let's see when this is on live. Okay.
15.
Hey, Facebook.
10.
Here we are at another Friday. Now this was a really fast week. Wow, filled with a lot of things. Everyone was back to work and school this week. Late start for most people on Tuesday due to the snow. The market was all over the place this week, but ended on a positive note. You are listening to the Financial Chick Show, and I am the Financial Chick. My name is Denise Nostrom, the CEO and owner of Diversified Financial Solutions, a full-service independent financial planning firm located in Medford. Your Financial Chick is here to help you make better financial decisions and choices to help you improve your life and reduce your anxiety and stress about money. If you want to know about me or my firm, you can check out my website at financialchickshow.com. We're also on Facebook and Instagram at Diversified Financial Solutions. So like our pages to get updates and see what is happening. So did you catch the song at the start of the show? Well, I am delighted to have the person responsible for that song with me on the air today. He is a repeat guest, so I'm thrilled to have Felipe Rose, one of the original members of the Village People, on the show with me today.
Hey, Denise. It's
And
Friday.
here he is. We made it. It
Hello,
is
everyone.
Friday.
Hey, I'm back. This is great.
This is Feel Good Friday, right?
Yes, yes.
I mean, because it's like, the times are a little bit...
It was crazy. It was a crazy week, too.
Oh, my Lord. So, I'm happy you're here.
Thank
I'm so
you.
excited.
Yeah, well, I'm back to happy to see you, and we've been partying last summer, and then a few weeks ago, you saw me at Windows on the Lake.
Yes, in Ronkonkoma.
And ladies and gentlemen, in the show, I called her out and I said, and she's responsible for my investments. If it wasn't for her, I would be pumping gas down the road.
Which I think is so sweet. I didn't get it on video, but now I got it on my radio show.
Oh, there we go. Right.
So thank you. That was very, very kind and very sweet. And the show was amazing.
Thank you.
And it really
Had
is
fun.
good. And well, let's talk a little bit about the song, Dance Again. So how did that happen?
Wow. Well, dealing through PTSD during the pandemic, and as an artist, we have a way to tap into our feelings, and more importantly, when we write what we're feeling, we best sometimes capture what the real message is. And because there was no one dancing in the clubs were closed. I mean, everyone was home. Everyone was home dancing on TikTok. They moved those kids over. Here we come. And DJs were playing all over, social media. So everyone was home, and I decided with my producer and songwriter Tyler Safford and Benny Harrison, let's write something. And he said, well, you should write, you write something about how you're feeling. What do you want to sing about? And I said, well, no one's dancing. I'd love for everyone to dance again. And he said, well, that's a good title. Let's do that. And in 5 hours, we did the song.
That's great.
Then I produced the video, and then it was released.
Well, tell everybody, because the video is great. Tell everybody how they can see the video.
The video is on Felipe Rose on YouTube, Dance Again. It is the Felipe Rose YouTube channel. It's called Felipe Rose fan page. But the video by itself is Felipe Rose Dance Again.
I love it. Well, okay, we're a little bit, we're losing our focus right now because we're at the airport and it seems like the alarms are going off. And it seems the alarms are going off at this point. So we're just going to keep plowing through. And, right, Mike, the engineer's like, I got nothing. So we're just going to keep rolling.
They're not looking for me, are they?
Well, what did we talk about before? This is the ebb and flow of life. It's not right. The ebb and flow of life is a little off right now.
There's weird stuff going around.
Thank you. Am I right?
Really. People are saying the most cuckoo things and acting crazy. And, it's like, oh my God. And I'm even thinking out of the box saying, should I answer that email or that text? Or just simply leave it alone. It's best to leave it and walk away.
Sometimes. So,
Right.
Okay, like I said, I don't know, we're just going to keep rolling. Well, my engineer's saying it's the airport and there's nothing we can do, which we know that. So we're just going to keep going.
Sure.
But let's go back. So Dance Again. Now, I'm a big fan because I love dancing. So
we know that.
And that well, I don't know if the listeners do, but now they do, right?
Right.
And dancing just makes you feel good, makes you happy. So, I mean, I love the words of the song. So, like I said, really, get out there, go on his YouTube page, check out the video. It's really a feel good.
And I didn't want the song to look like a Zoom video where everyone is all wearing either windows and they're all performing together in orchestras. There were a lot of those new songs that looked like Zoom. I actually sat down and really worked out, and through a company Fiverr, purchased stock material. I reached out to dancers that you can literally hire.
I'll tell you, it was good. It was really, and the video, we don't really see that. I mean, back in the days, and we'll date ourselves, right? But MTV days,
Yeah.
I mean, man, I would like tape them, and I'd watch them over and have them memorized, watch that all day and all night. That was like my thing, and you really don't see that. And having the video really enhances the song.
Yeah, and I feel that when the final analysis, that when the song was finished, I felt that the message can also help others because I was dealing with PTSD because of the lockdown and living alone with my cat. And well, thank God he was there. I would have been hanging from a closet. No, I'm sorry, but I mean, PTSD is very rough, and when it comes on, so the best thing to do is the medicine is get out of your head. Go cook, go sew, go run, get out of that feeling, which is, and so hopefully the message, and many people wrote to me and said that helped me a lot. I was also feeling that same way. So when artists, they produce and write songs, we do it with the intention that it will it can help someone else, it can make someone else feel better, and really music is timeless because, ladies and gentlemen, I think Denise knows this. Macho Man, the album, the other day was 45 years ago, released on at the end of February, on the 20th of February. 45 years ago. Does not
awesome.
Seem like it.
And and the thing, and it was funny, the other day, this is a funny story. So Rob was in the bagel store getting some breakfast, right? Rob's my husband. And he's sitting there, and he heard YMCA, and the girls, there were young girls at the counter, they were so excited, and they were like, they all knew the song, even though they were young. That music from the Village People resonates through all age groups, right?
Yeah.
But then, the next song was, and this is personal between you and I, Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive
Aw.
came on, and Rob was like, I'm on my skin. He goes, I want to tell somebody, like, I know Felipe, and I know Gloria Gaynor.
I invited you guys to her Christmas party.
Yes, and that was so memorable and so
Yeah.
amazing to be there, like in her music room.
Right.
I mean, she didn't do I Will Survive that night because it was Christmas, but
Right.
the Christmas songs were amazing. So, but you're right, music does make people happy. It brings you back to time in your life.
It's timeless. It's timeless, and I have it here that are with me because I'm out here visiting, and I'm with my producer, sound engineer, and his wife Johnny Iovino and Mary Iovino,
Yes.
and I married them, and now it turns out that was 5 years ago, and so again, music is timeless, and then love also can really creep up fast, and suddenly you turn around and go, holy smokes, 5 years. So now we have to do a revow.
All right, we'll talk
And
about
another
that.
party.
So you're a multifaceted dude. So like now, so what else do you do? How do you? So you're you married them.
I am an ordained minister
There
with
you go.
15 weddings under my belt.
15.
And now it looks like we're going to be doing the revow. And then he yelled out, well, we're going to Vegas. And I said, oh, Lord. Here we go. I'm a songwriter. I have a podcast show. Which
So I want to talk a little bit about that, but we're getting close to the
is,
break. So
which is called the Disco Chronicles and Beyond. Last week I had Tony Orlando.
But we want to talk more about
Okay.
that. We'll talk more about that after the break for sure. But yes, I am here with Felipe Rose, formerly of the Village People, the Indian Native American character
And client.
and a client. He's got so many different things, and there's so much more to talk about. But you're listening to the Financial Chick Show, and we're going into the break. But we're going to listen a little bit more to that song "Dance Again" because again, let's all dance and have a good time because life is tough, man. We need some levity. We'll see you after the break.
What is the word you use?
What's up?
What is the word that you used with Johnny? That this week is a what?
This week was
out of whack.
A flow, a what? A what?
oh, the ebb and flow is way off.
Out of whack.
I've never heard that.
Oh yeah, the ebb and flow of
The
life.
ebb and flow?
The rhythm.
You've heard it?
Going on?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Well, of course. I mean, you thought what else could happen?
What?
Jesus.
that's the first time I've heard that.
Just don't want any
She
plane
said
landing
it. She
outside.
said it as we were walking in across the street.
Yeah.
She said ebb and flow. When
Yeah.
Mary said, "What's blah?"
It's out of whack.
It's been an ebb and flow.
It's like everything is a little bit off. Anything that you like you say, okay, well, I'm going to do this and anticipate this happening.
Minute
Don't
and a
ever
half,
think
guys.
like everything is different now. I'm sorry, what?
Minute and a half.
Minute and a half. Thank you. So we got like 10 minutes after this. So
Okay.
it's like our Facebook fans. How are you?
Hello, everybody.
We don't want to. So yes, we'll talk about the Disco Chronicles and whatever else. you
Quickly,
want
and
to
then let's talk about how good you look, and then of course how my finances and with the investments and growth have kept me going even when there was no work.
Oh my Lanza.
Here we go again.
I just can't.
Battle stations.
There is no one even here.
I know.
The alarms are going off, ladies.
Well, it's probably
and
something with construction.
They
right?
must
Don't
be
you
testing.
think?
Probably.
45 seconds.
So weird. I don't know.
It's
I
like
got
Putin sending a nuke here. What the hell is going on?
Oh, it's just got forbid.
Listen, anything that can happen
The
will happen. I'm
destination
kidding.
capital of the world, Arthur Airport.
I do love this airport, though.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. Like, I'm flying out on Thursday. I have to go down to North Carolina for a
So you
business.
use this airport.
It's
25 seconds, okay?
okay. I do.
Oh.
That's all I can say.
10 seconds.
Welcome back. This is Denise Nostrom, the Financial Chick. My company's in Medford, and you can reach me at 631-758-8691 or visit my website at financialchickshow.com. I'm here to help you on your financial journey. Over the years, things change, and I'm here to help you navigate all those changes. So today, we are with Felipe Rose, formerly of the Village People, but now a superstar again, and doing his own thing, having a podcast and a one-man show. So you want to talk a little bit about what's going down, what's happening?
Yeah, the podcast was also born out of during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
It was I figured, okay, someone was pitching me, why don't you do a podcast show and this and that, and talk about what you like, what you know. And then I figured, there isn't anything about the disco and the real meaning of the real clubs and the things that happen. So with that, I then started getting people that are in the music industry, songwriters, producers, recording engineers, people like Linda Clifford, Carol Williams, and then the discussion that came out of disco, what happened to disco, where did it go? I even had Steve Dahl from the record burning party in Comiskey Park. We're the same age, and he was the first guest. So I wanted to know, did you actually know when you were burning the records that it was like burning books? Because that literally, and radio, that switched through the switch on disco, and suddenly disco was dead. That being said, all of the guests were always talking about the disco. Where did it go? It morphed went underground to become house music and the electric funk and all of this, but freestyle and dance and all of this. And so then because people were talking about music in other genres, I changed the name to the Disco Chronicles and Beyond. And then last week we had Tony Orlando. We're all friends.
Hi, a yellow ribbon.
And he's great. He's a great guy and doing very well. And the reason why I'm so excited that I'm here to say this to you is that during the pandemic, it was very, obviously no work could be found anywhere. And there were people that were not working and they were desperate, like trying to find work and doing what they could. And in my situation, I was able to tap into some of my investments to keep things flow and keep things going. Because if there's no money coming in, then if money's coming in, you don't need to tap into your investment.
Right.
But because that wasn't happening. But the other good thing about when your money's invested well, and then there's growth and you can roll it over, well then yes, I have the liberty to work on my projects, work on my one-man show, and work on the single. There's now a new one coming out in May.
Right.
That's what you are. The show, there's going to be 2 shows. One dance club show, the Studio 54 dance party with Felipe Rose, and then a more dinner club, Joe's Pub in New York, with my new musical director, with musicians. But all of that allows you the freedom, if you invest well, to tap into, I need money for costumes. Well, okay, let me go do that. So a lot of things happen even with your house and your car, or sometimes medical and all that, and you have money to say, how am I doing? But I know that I called you in the height of the pandemic, and you were pulling your hair out because people were freaked out. Like, what's going on with my money?
Right. There was just so much uncertainty, but
yes, in the world.
But we really, it actually wasn't a terrible year, 2020, believe it or not, from a financial standpoint.
No, and that's why it was nice to roll over some of that money into another IRA account. But that being said, I loved being home alone, regardless of whether I was dealing with PTSD. And then I realized, God, I really don't like people.
Oh my God.
And I'm saying that only from the point of view that no one bothered me. I was home.
And you got to focus and do the
I
things
focused,
that you wanted to do.
And I asked that guy, Felipe, what do you want to do? What's the next thing? After dance again, what's the next thing? How do I reboot myself back? And the thing was to pull the show together, start producing the show together with Johnny Iovino. He's my producer and sound engineer. And the thing is, and I don't want to blank out, because when you become a senior, you forget 2 things.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you lose your memory, and what was the other thing?
Oh, no.
So that being said, I want to thank you for helping me navigate myself financially through you and the company.
You're welcome. Hey, listen, I mean, we've known each other for a long time.
Almost 25 years?
Yeah, since 97. and then got you over the hurdle of transitioning to a new life, and which has really become quite exciting for you.
It was scary at the time.
Well, but it shows that there's life after. People think like, oh God, this is what I've done. I'm not going to be able to do anything else. But you've shown yourself and many others that you can do that. And you've built a great thing for yourself.
By the way, she's looking amazing. She looks beautiful under that blouse.
I wore
that?
this today. This is it has feathers. It's actually a feather type of thing. It was a local.
It was beautiful.
Boutique. It was a boutique, which unfortunately in the Biden's economy went under. Well, I mean, she doesn't have the brick and mortar anymore. She's doing everything online. But yeah, she's wonderful.
Listen, vintage is back, vinyl is back, and vintage clothing is back.
Because you know what? That's when stuff was good.
Yeah,
right?
and Gen Z
the good time.
and the Gen Z generation now are driving stick shift cars. So
wow.
The car companies have realized that let's start making cars with stick shifts for the Gen Z generation, and they're ready to jump on those cars.
Interesting.
So what's old is new again.
All day long. It's crazy. But so what else? Tell me what else is. Well, who else do you have on your podcast?
Oh,
I think that's kind of an interesting thing. People love the nostalgia. People want to know the background story. We hear the songs, we know the people, we know the names, but we don't know the real core. So I think that's what's so great about the podcast. So what are some people? Who would you say was your best guest?
Well, my best guest, Linda Clifford, but then Tony Orlando, but then you have like Ray Caviano, who was the Wonder Kid with Warner Brothers, who he did independent promoting record companies with Marlon, TKA, TK Records, and then Warner gave him like a $5 million deal to start his own label, RFC Records. There's John Luongo, another amazing music industry guy. Steve Thompson, 7-time Grammy Award recording engineer, Grammy winning, seven Grammys.
Wow.
And so everyone brings in a different in their space. They bring in their own remembrance of what disco was, where it was, what they're doing now, and they tell their story. And it's interesting because I want to know. They know about me. I want to know about everyone else.
And that's and a lot of people want to know also, because that was a time. It goes back. It's memories for all of us. A time where the 70s were fun and uplifting, and people were just free. And
But because I was on stage a lot, to hear what went on in Studio 54 when I wasn't there after I left and with the Village People, it was really exciting to know all these things that happen and the clubs and all that while I'm touring the world. Mm-hmm. So while I'm on the outside looking out. On the inside looking out, and they're on the outside looking in, and to hear their point of view of what they went through and how they navigated the waters during the disco era, well, it's really fascinating. It really is. And the memories that people, they share, and the best music that they love, the disco records, and while I'm saving some other guests to end the show, this isn't the third season, but I've got a big celebration of an artist that retired from a group that everyone knows, and it's Antoine Travares, and he retired and he left the guys, and he just said it's time at 81.
All right, we're going to wrap up, but I want everybody to be able to reach out to your podcast. Let's give the listeners another, give them the
thank you.
information.
It's Friday.
It is Friday, but tell them how to listen to the podcast again.
It's on Spotify.com, Anchor.com, and it's on his own YouTube channel, The Disco Chronicles and Beyond.
I love it.
Have a great Friday, everyone.
Thank you, and thank you so much for coming, Felipe. This has
pleasure.
been awesome.
Yes.
And we got Mary and Johnny. Thank you for being here also. And listen, everybody, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next Friday.
So
Right.
so my backup singer, guess where she is right now? Ada Dyer, that's in the video. She's with Bruce Springsteen
Oh, really?
on tour. She's one of those singers.